Hello. I've got two noisy dogs. Well, one noisy dog, the other one's quiet. They've both got chews at the minute, so let's hope they stay quiet. We can only hope. And the internet has cut off today, so you'll have to just bear with me if it goes off again. Let's see who's the first one in today. Could be Nathan. Could be anybody. So far, nobody's joined me, so it's just me talking to myself, as usual. Hi, Nathan. I thought you'd be the first one. I've got the dogs have got chews, so I'm hoping it will keep them quiet for a bit because I'm looking after them both. Hey, Esther. Well, we're doing all right, I suppose. It's blooming cold. Not as cold as yesterday. And not as bad as last Wednesday. It was absolutely horrendous last Wednesday. Nearly got blown into the sea. Hiya, Shad. That's the necklace today. Don't know whether you can see it or not. Sort of like square bits, round bits, oval bits, all kinds of bits. Oh dear, I'm really tired tonight. I've had the dogs and, Trixie wakes me up at crack of dawn. So I was like a bit bleary-eyed tonight. So I just hope they stay quiet. Hi, Chris. I'm not my usual chirpy self tonight. I'm a bit tired. The dog had me up at early doors. Sleeping with Trixie is like sleeping with being pummeled. She walks about all night long, changes position and walks all over you, and I can't get to sleep for her. I'm not used to her. When I had Buster or Gigi, they used to just lie in one place and go to sleep. Not her. She wanders about all night long, disturbing me sleep, yeah. All right, Linda, I'm glad your case is all packed up, yeah. I hope the weather improves. But it's not been too bad this weekend. It was awful last Wednesday. Terrible. Terrible. I nearly got blown off my scooter into the sea. It was dreadful. There was sea foam. There was sand blasting in my face. The scooter was going vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh, I thought, blowing it. Let me get away from this sea. Go and live by the sea, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Not in the winter, it's not. Still, I had to put the heating on last night. It was so cold. Well, today's been a bit better today. Not had the heating on today. Tell you, yesterday and last night, freezing it was. Oh, look at that. What are you doing, Janet? What are you doing? I even brought my yellow blanket out of the garage and washed it. I sometimes use it on my scooter, but it has got a bit grubby because I think it had trailed on the floor while I was going along one day. So I brought it in and washed it. But last night I had it wrapped round me. Woo! Hi, Sophie. So how's everybody doing? I don't know what little dog is. She gets very territorial when she has a treat. She's, she doesn't like anybody near her. She growls at everybody and everything. So she's probably gone in the other room where the dog bed is, and she's probably sitting in the dog bed hiding so that Rosie won't eat her treat. Rosie's eaten a treat and gone to sleep now. You got his sciatica down your leg. No, I've got the jabbing pain in my back. Might be sciatica. I don't know. I don't want to analyse it, Chris, to be honest with you. It just keeps going. And you think, that's fun. Not a lot, but it's fun. But you just get on with it, don't you? You noticed, got rid of the black roots. No more Lily Savage. Still got darkish roots, but they're not black like they were last week. I couldn't stand it anymore. I hate black roots. They look so scruffy. I just wish my hair wasn't so dark. Why can't I go white like everybody else? Everybody else goes that lovely silver grey colour and white. Not me. No, I stay stubbornly dark here. Oh, you went to your first knit club. Did you enjoy it, Sophie? I love my knit clubs. It's not so much for the knitting chat, it's just the social aspect, you know. I mean, we do help each other out if we get a bit stuck, with knitting or crochet. But by and large, I just go for the chat, really, and the company. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, yeah. It's nice to be amongst like-minded people, isn't it? People who understand. People who don't say, what are you knitting when you're crocheting, Or are you making a shawl? Or are you making a scarf or a blanket? Why do everybody think you're making a blanket? No, I'm making a cardigan. Oh. Like it's something rare, you're knitting a cardigan or crocheting a cardigan. Still. Yeah, we have a chit-chat. We swap stories, swap things, Who's pregnant? No, not any of us. We're all a little bit past that stage, Linda. And sadly, I think our grandchildren are all past that stage as well. Well, I don't have any grandchildren, but you know what I mean. You have periods in your life, don't you? It's like who's got engaged when you're like a teenager, who's engaged. And then it's who's got married, and then it's who's got babies. And then as you get older, it's who's got grandbabies. And now it's who's died, isn't it, really? My dad used to call it, he used to read the newspaper, the local paper. He used to call it the hatches, the matches, and the dispatches. That was the births, the deaths, and the marriages. And he used to read it. He used to say, well, I'm not in here yet, so I'm still alive. That's my Coca-Cola, by the way, going into me glass. You like a cardigan? I think you're saying cardigan. Pam? Are your fingers saying something different than what your mind is? I have that trouble. I've got dyslexic fingers. I type anything. My friend's the best. She always types to me when she's falling asleep, and I get like a row of P's or a row of Z's, and I'll go to sleep, Kim. You're obviously falling asleep. Because she doesn't make any sense at all. Hey, so what we all doing tonight? I'm knitting a baby cardigan. I'm still knitting up with bits of wool here. You're having lunch, pot of pea. Oh, ham and pea soup. That sounds nice. There's nothing better, is there, than a nice pan of soup when you're feeling cold. Oh, you scattered Mum's ashes and went for lunch. That's nice, Linda. When my brother scattered my mum's ashes, he said, Mum had the last laugh. I said, what do you mean? He said, I just scattered her ashes and a big gust of wind came and covered him in them. It went all over his coat and everywhere in his hair. He said, that's me mum. He said, she's had the last laugh. He said it weren't even windy. It was just a gust came from out of nowhere. She wanted to be scattered at the top of Tandle Hills, which is like a woodland in Royton, because she loved Tandle Hills. And she wanted to be scattered from the top of them, where the War Memorial was. So that's where my brother took her. Did as he was told and took her up to the top of the hill. And he got covered in her ashes for his for his trouble. He always said she had the last. She always liked to have the last word, my mother. I don't know whether you've got mothers like that. She would always get the last word in her as you were leaving, you know. Especially if you'd had an argument, she always had to have the last word, yeah. You think it's all finished and you're walking away and she comes behind you. So we weren't surprised that she covered my brother in her ashes. Weren't surprised at all. I've twisted my wool so much it's got little knots in it. I watched Sheila. I watched her video. She got some happy mail and Every, good old Every, had left it behind her bins and it had been there about 4 or 5 days. Luckily, it didn't get soaking wet. Or luckily, maybe it was in a plastic bag. I don't know. One of the ladies on here sent me something. And she posted it at the post office, but for some reason or other, it went from Every. And it took well over a week to get to me. They're useless, Every, honestly. They're not the fastest delivery in the West at all. I hate using them. Sheila was saying the same thing. I hate Every. I'm not using Every. I mean, the Every driver around here, she's not too bad, but the one we had before her, oh dear. Hey, I don't know. Hey, Joe. Yeah. I've Stitched by Mrs. D's just put one up as well. She always puts it up dead late, though. So I haven't had time to watch it before I came on here. I shall have to watch her later. I've been busy watching a Japanese. Well, she's not Japanese, actually. She's married to a Japanese guy. She lives in Canada, but she does a lot of things that are Japanese. She doesn't speak on her videos. It's just like, very relaxing, really, because she just puts words at the bottom. But she embroiders and she crochets. And it's very soothing watching somebody just, doing embroidery. And she does a bit of cooking as well. Sometimes that's all you want, isn't it? You don't want somebody twittering away there. Because some people have got very, very strident voices, haven't they, And they're great on your nerves. Yeah, sciatica is a pain, literally, in the backside, isn't it? Especially if it jabs you right in the gluteus maximus, as they call it. That's where it gets me sometimes. It like goes up your leg, doesn't it, and stabs into your rear end. And you think, I'll walk it off, I'll move, and it'll go, but it doesn't, does it? It just goes in its own sweet time. My pain's always in the centre of my back, but to the right-hand side, and I don't think it's my gallstones. It just jabs at me. And it usually happens when I go to knit club. I blame the chairs in the library. They're not the most comfortable. I keep thinking I'm going to take a little cushion with me. You know, like a little baby one or something I can put behind me while I'm sitting in the library doing my knitting. Welcome to the club, Jill. It's great, isn't it? You, me, Chris, whoever else has got it as well. What are you doing? Trixie, stop it. Leave Rosie alone. She just come tearing into the lounge and crash right into the sofa. Bonkers. Oh, I haven't got scoliosis. You've got one over on me there. I haven't got that. Got spondylitis. Ankylosing spondylitis. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, I know. Some of the seats. Cafes are the worst. We go to one cafe and it's got gorgeous, comfy seats, but the menu is crummy. Yeah. So we go to another one that's got a good menu and the seats are horrendous. Hi, Munchkin. Oh, I can't get any more of them jabs. They won't give them to me. You're being sent to... I hope your pain management is better than mine, Jill. Mine just said, talk yourself out of it and distract yourself. Well, I'm sorry, but, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Chris? If you are in extreme pain, no amount of talking to yourself helps. No amount of distraction can help. What do you want me to do to distract myself? I thought they'd give you help with, pain management as in different drugs or something. Oh, yeah, they told me. Yeah. I said, yeah, I've tried banging my head against a wall. I said, all it did was give me a headache, yeah. I said, I do distract myself. I said, I walk the dog, what I did at the time. I said, I do my knitting, I do my crocheting. What more do you want? I read, watch the TV. What more can I do to distract myself? I said, but when the pain is going, you can't distract yourself by not thinking about it, can you? It's stupid. I think whoever runs these clinics doesn't have pain. That's all I can say. They should have people who are in pain running pain management clinics, and then we would listen to them. People who are actually experiencing the same thing that we are. It's like midwives who've never had a baby telling you it doesn't hurt, That's what happened to me when I had my son. I said, have you had a baby? She went, no. I said, well, don't tell me it doesn't hurt then. Oh, you're bringing back memories of when I used to take my father-in-law and mother-in-law for groceries. He was stone deaf. She couldn't see. So we had to push her around in the wheelchair and also push the shopping cart. I had to read all the labels because she couldn't read the labels because she couldn't see. He was stone deaf, so I had to read the labels out shout, entertaining the whole of the supermarket. Oh, I used to dread it, yeah. Oh, yeah, lose some weight. I've lost 4 stone. Hasn't made a bit of difference to the pain. Not one bit of difference to the pain. Yeah, it'll help if you lose weight, they said. I have to do this. I flick my yarn, so I have to do this to untangle all the kinks out of my yarn. When I used to have the shop, people used to say, "What on earth are you doing?" I said, "I'm untangling the kinks in my yarn." It'll be all right now for another few rows before it kinks up again. Well, you must like the car then, that's all I can say, Jill. I printed it out and it came out dead small, so I've got to... Oh, can't see. I can't see the pattern without my glasses on. Oh, well, let's face it, Seaside, I could do with losing another 4 stone. I was really overweight and I'm still overweight. Right, working pattern. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. You could ride to the doctors in comfort, said I. Oh, I've never been told I'm too skinny. Oh, according to my BMI, I am morbidly obese, would you believe? What some of the people are who are, like my 600-pound life, they must be super, super morbidly obese. 70 miles to a doctor, my goodness me. Thought it was bad. Mine's only up the road, but you can never get to see him. It's like making an appointment with the Pope, I don't know what it's like in the US. People say, I don't know how some people always go to the doctors. You can't do that here. You can't, because you can't get there. You can't get in to see them. You have to have a leg hanging off or an arm hanging off. Or have had a heart attack or a stroke or something. I can see the asthma-ness and I can see the diabetes-ness, but I can't see anybody else. It's no wonder people go to A&E because they have no choice, and you shouldn't go. Yours is 15 miles. No, mine's about 3/4 of an hour on my scooter. Probably about 10 minutes in the car, but my scooter. Tell you, I nearly got blown in the sea on Wednesday. Oh, it was dreadful. What am I wearing? It's just a cardi. I don't know what the yarn was. It was just some indescribable wool I got once on eBay, I think. It came without any labels, so I've got no idea what the heck it is. You've got to go on a spine. I have to go on a spine jiggly scooter. I mean, it is a lot better than my other scooter. I will give it its due. It has got sprung seating. Is it called sprung seating? Spring seating. The worst will be I'm going to Southport on Wednesday with the ladies from the knit club. And I will have to take my little scooter. So that should be fun. So by the time it gets to Thursday, I'll probably be immobile. Yours next door. You still can't get an appointment. Listen, if you lived above them, you're in the same building, you probably still wouldn't get one. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm still knitting up my bits and bobs to make baby cardigans and that. They're not for anybody's baby in particular. Maybe one day I'll put them on eBay. I was sorting through some of my clothes. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Jill, I have my days like we all do, but you just keep going, don't you? I don't believe in... That's why I've not been making any videos, really. I don't believe in making whiny videos, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not very well today. Oh, I've got a headache today. I don't believe in that. I think if you can't be happy and cheerful, then just don't make a video. Nobody wants to hear about your woes. They've got enough troubles of their own. Oh, yeah, we've got to write an essay. It's called Clinic or something, or Clinique or something. Why do you want to see the doctor? Da, 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 da. Have you been to see him before? Da, 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 da. When did it start? How long has it been going on? Da, 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 da. You have to type an essay. I feel sorry for little old dears, you know, that don't have a computer or anything, yeah? I don't know how they manage. And then if you're lucky, they send you an appointment, yeah? But if you're not lucky, then, sorry, there are no appointments today. Try again tomorrow. Hi, Ethan. Hello. Well, I think it's all a conspiracy to get rid of the oldies, isn't it? He takes away our eating allowance, and he's talking of taking the 25% single person council tax off us. I tell you, if he don't kill us all off. I got mad the other day. Every MP that turns up, just turns up, gets £361 everyday allowance for just turning up. Excuse me. They get a salary and they get heating allowances. One of them, the lady who took ours off us, she claimed £11,000 heating last year. I think it's diabolical. You know, that she's got enough of her salary to pay her own flipping heating bill. If I had even a fraction of her salary, I wouldn't need heating allowance, yeah? Member of Parliament. You probably call them congressmen or something. Oh, yeah, they found some money for Ukraine. And they gave themselves a rise, yeah. I mean, a lot of the MPs have got two houses. They've got one where they live and one in London, which they get all paid for. Then they get the heating allowance all paid for. I mean, if they took all that away from all of them lot, they'd have enough to pay us. I admit some pensioners don't need it. It should be a bit means tested. But the rest of us poor little minions down at the bottom, we need it. I mean, the rich pensioners that have, you know, managed by good fortune because they've had a really well-salaried job and they've managed to accrue a really good pension. Whereas people like myself, who've always worked in a menial kind of job, never had enough spare money to get a proper pension. We've had a little works pension, but it doesn't amount to much. We're just like on the breadline. We're just, you know, we're above the very, very poor, but we're nowhere near where we can live, you know. It's just annoying. Talk about pats on the back for the old boys club, you know. They won't take their eating allowance off them, will they? If they made them in the same boat as everybody else and said, right, nobody has any eating allowance, none of you, that would be fairer. I was never political. I never bothered about anything until just recently. Now I hate his guts and hers. I wish we could have another revolution. make them do the general election all over again. Yeah, because there's so many people. Yeah, but it costs me a fortune for wood, Chris. £120 worth of wood doesn't go anywhere. It just burns through it like tinder. It cost me a fortune last winter, this blooming log fire. Oh, they do. They get subsidised meals and they get subsidised booze as well. Everything's flipping subsidised for the MP. I think we should all be an MP. Maybe I should stand for Parliament. Vote for Donald. Take all the perks off the MPs because they don't need it. The salary they get is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, the amount of money that they earn. And the pensions that they get. They earn as much in a month for a pension as we get in a year. And yet they want to take our eating allowance off us. £22 billion deficit. Stop feeding everybody else that isn't. Look after your own. What do they say? Charity begins at home, don't they? They shouldn't be on those highly inflated blinking money that they're on. Half the time they don't even bother going into the Parliament, yeah. Well, that woman who was Prime Minister for 5 minutes, she's got a great pension coming to her, hasn't she? Just because she was in, I mean, what did she do? About 28 days or something before they voted her out. Can't we vote him out? Can't we have a revolution? Power to the people. I'm working on a little baby cardigan. It's only a little one. It's just a little baby cardigan. It's in James C. Brett. It's called Cotton On. It's lovely to work with, actually. It's 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. I've used it a lot, for things for myself, and it washes absolutely fantastic. Doesn't fuzzle up or anything. It's great. Yeah, I'm using my bits up. All the bits I've got left over from making things. I had 2 and a tiny bit left over from whatever I'd made in this. I can't remember what I made. There might be enough to make the one with the hood. I don't know. It's that one. Oh, my finger's triggering again. There might be enough with the one with the hood. I don't know how it is. It's double knitting here. It's James C. Brett Cotton On, it's called. I love it. It's lovely silky and so soft. It's absolutely great. I've made quite a few little tops in it for myself, yeah. I was sorting through some of my sleeveless tops, not my crocheted ones, just fabric ones. Massive, massive, huge on me. I'm going to have to be having a sale, I think, on eBay. I'm looking at them thinking, no. 2 or 3 things have still got the tags on them. So maybe I can get a bit for them because they've never been worn, People like things, don't they, with the tags still on them. Yeah, I've got a couple of tops that I must have bought and never worn. I was just going through them today because my wardrobe was so crammed. I thought there must be some stuff in here I don't need. And sorry, I'm not donating it. If I've got to pay my council tax and everything. Oh dear. I'm past the donating stage. I'm going to be very mean from now on. If I've got to pay for my wood and me. Oh, Trixie's just farted. Oh, that is vile. If you've ever owned a French bulldog, oh my God. Do you know something, Seaside? My summer dresses are still in a bag in the top of the wardrobe. They never actually came out. I never wore them this year. It's been so cold. Never wore them. Still packed up. Yeah. Yeah, my summer skirts and my summer dresses never got worn this year. It's never been a year where I've never worn them at all, you know. Never even took them out. I have those like zipper big bag things, you know. I put the winter things in when it's summer. Summer. And then I put the summer things in, yeah. Yeah, I haven't got room in my wardrobe, yeah. That's why I have to swap things around, yeah. There'll be no more summer now for us here. We've not had one at all. Well, we've had a few days. All this. We are going to have a heat wave. I'm waiting. I've been waiting all summer for this heat wave. I think you might have had it in America, but you know, you're all saying, "Oh, it's too hot here. It's too hot. I'm melting." And we're here trying not to put the heating on because we can't afford it. Oh God, are they talking about putting the electric and the gas up again? It's all gloom and doom, isn't it? Just keep your fingers crossed I've actually won the lottery again. I did win the other day, but it was only 40 quid, so I just left it there. It's bought me tickets, hasn't it? Better than nothing. I keep asking my dad, like, "Dad, will you help me?" And I said to him, "Look, I know you're trying, Dad, but can you add a few noughts on?" Yeah. Yeah, we could be losing our bus passes as well. They want us to stay home, freeze. We can't even go to the library on the bus, can we, to stay warm in the library? Because if you're elderly and you can't walk to the library, you're stuck, aren't you? Do you know, somebody asked me yesterday, was it today or yesterday? I wonder if Starmer looks after his parents. I wonder if he's paying their heating bills. I don't even know if he's got parents still alive. Or if he has, are they telling him off? I hope they are. If that was my son, I'd be telling him off. Hiya. Hiya, nerdy. Yeah, if my son was going around taking eating bills off old people, I'd be telling him off. I would. I'd be saying, "What the hell are you doing?" It's not very good cola, this. Roller cola. And I filled it too full. Filled it too full. Yeah, it's Jill, yeah. There's only Shad who calls her Blossom. I can't think of you as being Blossom. I just cannot. You've always been Jill to me. Whenever he says hello, Blossom, I think, who's he talking to? Was it Blossom who was in that, oh God, what was it called? Where all those children took the part of like adults in like the speakeasies and that. Was that Blossom that was in that? It was a film, weren't it? Oh, Starmer's parents are both dead, yeah. Otherwise, I think they would have blooming berated him for what he's just done. Yeah, that a film, not Bonnie and Clyde. What was it called? Like, it was all speakeasy, weren't it? And they were all children taking the part. They were going splatting people with, like, custard pies, weren't they, instead of killing them with bullets. And I'm sure the woman in that was called Blossom. And that's who I think of. When Shad calls you Blossom, that's what I think of. What was it called? Chris, come on, you must know. What's that film called? It's not Bonnie and Clyde. Oh, it was all about speakeasies, and they were all driving around in those old-fashioned cars. It was meant to be a bit like, oh gosh, Al Capone type of thing. But it was all children who were in the film. Bugsy Malone, that's the one. I knew somebody would know it. I thought it was a great film, that. But wasn't that blonde one that was in it, weren't she called Blossom? The other one that had the wavy hair. She was meant to be like a vamp, wasn't she? Like, come up and see me sometime, that lady. You never saw it? Oh, it's a good film. It's a good film. Oh. My finger only triggers when I knit. It doesn't trigger when I crochet. There was a show called Blossom. No, it was just one of the characters that was in that Bugsy Malone. It was called Blossom. For some reason, I keep thinking of somebody called Blossom Dearie. Oh, I feel the cold, something awful. I can't do anything if I'm cold. Especially in bed. I mean, I can't be doing with electric blankets, but I can't be doing being cold. I'll be cussing. I'll be sticking pin. I'll have a wax effigy of Keir Starmer and that Angela, whatever she's called, Rachel something. I'll be sticking pins in them. I'll be making wax dollies. Sticking pins. Ozempic. Oh, yeah, I got them again. 3 months on the row now. This has to be a record. Does that mean all the fatties are not having it anymore? Woo-wee! I get in bed with more clothes on than what I wear when I'm walking about. I've got my cardigan on, I've got my socks on. I've got my long nightie on, I can tuck my feet into, my fleecy. I tell you, I've got more stuff on. Yeah, that's the problem, Nerdy, that's the problem. They're prescribing it to fat people, and then people who need it for the diabetes can't get it. Oh, Blousey, not a Blossom. The other one was Tallulah, yeah. It seems to have calmed down a bit now. I think a lot of the Americans are realising the really bad side effects that some people are getting with it. Yeah, it's over here. It's about £160 for a jab or something. But the trouble with them is, you see, like everybody else, is they're abusing it. I take one a week to control my blood sugars, but they're jabbing themselves I don't know how many times a week, and it can cause pancreatitis. It can cause all kinds of liver problems if it's not regulated, and it's taken for the wrong reasons. Yeah. But people don't think about that. They just, I mean, one lady who goes in the library, she says, "Oh, I'm going to ask my doctor for Ozempic." She said, "Then you can eat whatever you want, can't you? And just jab yourself." I went, "No." I said, "It doesn't work that way." I said, "You've still got to watch what you eat. It's not a wonder drug." But that's what people think. You know, people think they can just eat, stuff their faces and jab themselves and it all dissolves. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, when I lost 4 stone, it has nothing at all to do with Ozempic. I lost my 4 stone long before I was ever prescribed it. It was hard going, but I did it the normal way, cutting down, watching what I ate, yeah? And that is the best way to do it, yeah? But I don't take it for that. I take it because my blood sugars just keeps going up the, well, to be honest with you, the last time I went, they said my blood sugars was normal. So obviously my once a week jab is controlling my blood sugars. It's doing nothing for the weight. I'm not losing any weight. So it's not working for me that way. It's just controlling my blood sugars, yeah. So I'm grateful for that when I can get it. The problem is when I don't get it, it upsets my stomach. Yeah? Hey ho! Yeah, you've got to do it yourself. It's all pre-measured. You just like that. It's not a needle or anything. It's just like a little pre-loaded plastic thing. It's just like the tiniest of little needles, and you just put it onto your skin and just press the little plunger, and it doesn't hurt. It just stings a tiny bit. I mean, it was worse when I had to do the proper injections when I had a blood clot in my leg. You know, that was worse because that was a proper needle. You had to, but I had to do it because I had a blood clot and things you have to do when you need to, don't you? You just do it, yeah. I wouldn't want to be on insulin because that is a needle, yeah. Hi, Connie. Thankfully, I've not had to go on insulin yet. Oh, I know. We don't have that problem over here, you know, with the NHS. But if it's out of stock, it's out of stock and you can't get it. It's not that we have to get charged for it or something. But it's just not getting it. Hi, Helen. Hi, Connie. Hi, Helen. Hi, everybody else. They don't give it to all diabetics, nerdy. It's only if other things haven't worked, you know. They normally give you tablets, first of all. I was on tablets for years and years, yeah. I'm making a little baby cardigan with a hood if I have enough. Yeah, they put me on metformin. I've been on metformin for years. This like Ozempic-y things only came like last year when my blood sugar spiked up for some unknown reason. I don't know why. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, we won't be getting free prescriptions, will we? I mean, they've took the TV license off us, haven't they? And Anything else they want to take off us? They're talking of taking the 25% off, aren't they, for single person council tax reduction? I mean, why? I mean, there's two people living in a house, you're bound to need more rubbish, more bins emptying, aren't you, than if you live on your own? So I don't know why they get that. You have to pay more. You have to pay what 2 or 3 people pay if you live on your own. That's ridiculous. You don't flush the toilet twice as many times, do you, to use the drains? I don't even have a car, so I'm not wearing the road out, am I? God knows they don't spend it on potholes round here. There's potholes that go to Australia around here. Yeah, they tax you on everything, don't they? They tax you on your pensions, and then they tax you when you're drawing it again. And oh, dear Lord. They don't chase the ones with all the money. I was watching a bloke who was a really successful businessman. Yeah, I've heard that they're talking about that as well. A really successful businessman, and he said if they put 1% tax on the people, the really high earners, then that £22 billion deficit would be gone. But they won't do that, will they? Instead, they want to hit the people who can't hit back. They're just hitting the vulnerable. And what they don't realise is it's like the older age group who were the working class were the people who voted them in. And now they're all wishing they hadn't, yeah. Yeah, the bus pass. I mean, it's a lot of money on the bus if you've got to pay. And I mean, I don't think older people abuse it. They don't go on joyrides everywhere. They use it to go shopping or they use it to go to the library because they can't afford to run a car. So, if you're disabled and you can't walk to the shop to get your groceries, and not everybody's got access to online. Oh, riding the bus isn't fun, no. I mean, you feel sorry for people who live in a lot of these fancy places like little villages. They've stopped the buses there altogether. So if they don't have a car, how the heck do they get anywhere? They just, they just want us all to die and go away. They just can't be bothered with us. Once you get to a certain age, you're a damn nuisance. Go away and die. Oh, so many people have died of cold this winter. Oh, good, that's less pension we'll have to pay. I don't know. It gets me so mad. It gets me so angry. Yet they're paying out. Stay alive. We'd have a job to stay alive. We'll bloody freeze to death. We'll be mummified. We'll all be that cold. Yeah. I mean, they're paying out to all these people who've never paid in. You should sort them out first. Sort your own out. See to your own people who've worked all their lives and paid taxes all their lives. See to them first. Don't keep giving money away to people who have never worked here in their life. Gets me annoyed. Should be like Australia's in Holland that won't have them at all. You can hear any snoring, it's Trixie. She's snoring and I don't even know where Rosie is. She's probably on my bed, making a whirlpool. She's very loud. That's quiet, Connie. She's not even got to full decibel yet. Can you imagine sleeping with that? She tramples all over me all through the night and she snores in me ear. I wake up, I'm absolutely knackered. I'm so glad tonight's my last night. They're back home again tomorrow. How do I get to sleep? Very badly, Connie. I practically need earplugs. It's not the snoring that bothers me as much as in fact she tramps about all night long, and she's dead heavy. And she will keep walking over you, coming up and licking your face, and when I had them for the week one time, oh my God, my eyes were down. My eyes were down on my knees. At the end of a week, I said to my son, I can't do it again. I can't have them for a week again. I just can't do it anymore. I used to sleep with a boxer, and he was less trouble. No, my boxer used to sleep at the side of me. It's like having a man in bed. But he was less trouble. He used to flake out and he never moved. He used to snore a bit, but that was it. And the Chihuahua, he was no problem at all. I mean, I slept with the both of them on the bed and there were no trouble either. She does. She likes to sleep in the crook of your arm and up here. My finger keeps going. A boxer, yeah. Yeah, my Buster. Buster, he was called. I didn't name him. He was already named when I got him. He was a rescue dog. Oh, my cat used to sleep when I had a cat. He didn't start off with me, but he always finished up. But I never ever felt him get in bed. He used to just get in bed. He mostly used to come up to remind me it was time to get up. He wanted his breakfast or something like that. That's what Trixie's like. Rosie doesn't bother. Rosie wouldn't wake me up for a breakfast, but Trixie's forever hungry. If you've ever had a French bulldog, they have no stop. They just eat and eat and eat. And if you didn't limit their food, they would just be like one of them fat-bellied pig things, them great big massive pigs that everybody got. Vietnamese pig, was it called? Them big things. I think George Clooney had one, didn't he? Pot-bellied pig. It was like the fashion to have one at one time. And they grow, they're massive. Oh no, Trixie doesn't do that. She don't wake you up to go potty. She just goes potty. Oh, there was beautiful little Chihuahua in the cafe on Thursday. And I said, oh, he's gorgeous. I said, I'll put him in my handbag. And she went, you wouldn't want him. She said, he's 3 and I cannot potty train him. She said he wheezes everywhere. I said, we've got one of them at home. What kind of dog it was? It was a Chihuahua, a little baby Chihuahua. But she can't train. It just wheezes everywhere. She's tried all kinds of things. I'd have put a little nappy on it, me. I did that with Buster when he got elderly and he got a bit incontinent. I used to make him wear a body band. You can do that with a little boy. It's a bit more difficult with a girl. My daughter-in-law's son's just got a... Oh, God, what is it? It's a mixture between... Not a Labradoodle, no. No, it's not a Labradoodle because it's not a mixture of a Labrador. It's like a poodle and a... whatever. Spaniel and a poodle or something, whatever. I mean, it's a breed, isn't it? But to me, they're just mutts when you crossbreed them. I'm sorry, but they are. It's like my Buster. They said he was a bull boxer. I said, no, he's not. He's a mutt. He's a mixture between a Labrador and a boxer. Cockapoo, that's the one. Yeah, cockapoo. That's what he is. But they're mutts, aren't they? They're not a brand or a breed. They're just a crossbreed, aren't they? I mean, you know, mine wasn't a bull boxer. He was a boxer cross. He was just crossed with a staffy. I don't know which bit was who was the mum and who was the dad. I don't know because he was a rescue, so I don't know what he was. But he wasn't a bull boxer. He was just one of nature's little accidents, wasn't he? That's what we used to call him, didn't we? But now they breed anything together and call them weird names, don't they? I'm not in favour of that because, I mean, if it's an accident, that's an accident, isn't it? You can't help that, but not to do it deliberately. Well, I mean, our full-bred Rottweiler, she unfortunately passed away. I think she was 8 or 9, whereas Poppy lived to be 14, I think. My Buster was 14, yeah. Well, the trouble with the boxers is this slobber. A boxer slobbered all over my dress on Thursday when I was on my way out. Yeah, all down my dress. Big slobber. No, it's not broken. It's just not switched on because it gets on my nerves. I know everybody likes it, but it's going va-doom, 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 va-doom. It gives me a headache. Also, the more I've got plugged into that plug, the more chance there is of my computer going off. So I tend not to put it on as well for that reason and all. Overloading my plug doesn't help, yeah. I'm going to move it and then nobody can ask me to put it on. I don't know why people are so fascinated with that lamp. It don't do much. It just goes one colour, then another colour, then another colour. It's not exactly the most enthralling lamp in the world, is it? It's all right if it's in the dark and you just got that on. But I don't put it on when I've got my light on because it's just pointless. When I lived in Prestwich, I used to put it on when I was watching the telly, but I'd have the other light off, yeah. I had another light that was nice. It was like a great big... yes, I've still got the ticking clock. It's by the side of my bed. I go to sleep with it ticking in my ear every night. There's only Shad that doesn't like it. I love the sound of a ticking clock. I'd love a big one on the wall, you know, like a grandmother clock, whatever they call them. You know, those big ones with a pendulum. I love a ticking clock. Shad's best friend, I love the sound of a clock. It's very soothing. It's like a heartbeat, isn't it, you know? I fall asleep with it ticking in my ear. I don't know why Shad doesn't like it. All clocks used to tick, so I don't know how he managed in the past when he was younger, because all the clocks used to tick. The alarm clocks used to tick. Every clock used to tick. You don't like it either. Well, what did you do when you were growing up, Chris? Because all clocks used to tick. Yeah, I love the older things. Yeah, I love them. I'd love them. I mean, obviously, grandfather clocks are too big to have in a normal house, aren't they? But, you know, one that goes boing, boing. You were too poor for a clock. No, come on. I'm sure your dad had an alarm clock to get him up. Yeah, there were no such thing as blooming watches and things that... I love the older things, yeah. Well, at least you've got one. Better than my marriage, which we don't talk about because it only makes me depressed. All I can say is I'm grateful it was over, but it did last 20 odd years. Sounds like you're on life. Oh no, have you been in hospital? Now that is irritating. When that thing keeps going beep, beep, beep. You try sleeping in hospital. You'd never sleep with my machine. My machine sounds like white noise. Sounds like a Hoover. I have to sleep next to that all night long. It's like sleeping with the Hoover on. When I first got it, I thought, oh my God, I'll never get used to this. But you do. It's like white noise now. I can't sleep without it now. I can't sleep without the noise. You get used to things. I once had a boyfriend that couldn't sleep unless the TV was on. And it was back in the days when the TV used to go off and you used to get that white noise, you know, that zzz, when it all goes whatever. Oh God, yeah. When I had me when I had my knee done, they strapped me to a machine that moved my knee all night long like that. You try sleeping with your leg going. I did actually sleep, and the nurse said to me, "You are the only person ever that slept with one of those." Oh no, they put the blood pressure clip on you. You have to sleep with it going up. It goes up and down every 30 minutes or something. Yeah, I've had that as well. Yeah. Then they wonder why you can't sleep in hospital. You've got the heart monitor going beepity beep, 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 beep. And if it's not yours, it's the woman in the next bed. Beep, beep, beep. It's fun. You come out of hospital to have a sleep because you certainly don't get one in there. Yeah, I hate hospital. And the food. Eek. I used to like hospital food because they used to give you a nice porridge at one time. But now, no. You get a bit of toast and a hard-boiled egg or cornflakes. They don't do porridge anymore. All you get is a little box of cornflakey things. No sugar, just a bit of milk. That's all they give you. Well, they might give you sugar puffs or something like that. Rice Krispies. I don't eat breakfast at home, but you're that hungry in hospital because you've had such a piddly little dinner the night before. And all you get for your supper is two crummy little biscuits, yeah. Hospital food in the UK is terrible. Every time I've been in hospital, I've had people bring me sandwiches in. Bring me some food. It's terrible. Yeah. And then they complain. You shouldn't be eating that. We need to monitor what you're eating. Well, give me something decent then. Because what they give you is terrible. They give you like stews and stuff that you can't christen. You don't know what the heck they are. It's always some sloppy stuff. Sunday roast. God, I never got. They gave me toast when I had my tonsils out. Said I needed to eat something crunchy. Gone was the ice cream. They never gave me ice cream when I had my tonsils out. I was 50 when I had my tonsils out. They wouldn't take them out when I was a kid. Oh, I never got a sandwich at 8 o'clock. They just gave me a bedtime drink and two biscuits. That's all you got. And stop munching in your drawer for some chocolate. Because everybody had chocolate and sweets in their drawer because they were all hungry. Did you hear that? Yeah, you've got to eat something crunchy after you've had your tonsils out before they let you go home. They wanted me to go home the same day, and I said, no, I'm not. I said, I'm staying in tonight. I said, does somebody want my bed tonight? And they went, no. I said, well, I'm staying here. I said, I live on my own. Because they give you all these warnings about, oh, if you start bleeding and you start doing this and that. I said, I live on my own. Can't you get somebody to stay with you? I said, no. I said, I'm staying here tonight. I'll discharge myself in the morning. Oh, they didn't like it. I said, well, who's going to be in the bed tonight? It's got to be empty. Well, we need to prepare it for, the person coming in tomorrow morning. I said, well, I'll get up. You can prepare it in the morning. I wasn't going home. After they give you all these dire warnings about it might start bleeding, it might do this, it might do that. And I felt absolutely terrible because I was 50-year-old. I wasn't a kid that was bouncing back. And I hadn't just had my tonsils out. I'd had all sorts of things done. I'd had my roof and my mouth lasered. I'd had my uvula taken out. I'd had all the back of my throat lasered because I had dodgy cells. It wasn't just a case of just taking my tonsils out. And they wanted to kick me out. I said, no, I'm stopping here. I'm going to sleep. Ta-ra. They didn't like it. They even got the specialist to tell me I had to go home. I said, I'm not going. I said, I'll go home in the morning. So I just hunkered down in bed and went to sleep. I said, I've got nobody to take me home. I'm not going home in a taxi at this time of night. I didn't see the point. There was nobody in my bed. We've got to change the bed in. I said, well, you can change it in the morning, can't you? What's the problem? I mean, the person who was having the operation wasn't even coming in till about 10 o'clock the following day. It wasn't like they were coming in at 6 o'clock or something. Ooh, they have the little routines, don't they? They decide and you must abide. Doodly-doo, doo. Why is it when I'm knitting my finger triggers and yet when I'm crocheting it doesn't happen? It must be the way I hold my hand. I bought a thing off Amazon that's supposed to go down, but it was meant for a big long finger, wasn't meant. And I put on, I wanted one for a little finger, and it was way too long. Where it was strapping above where my finger ended. I thought, stupid that. I'd be better off with 2 bits of sticky tape. Like when you've got a broken finger, that's what they do. They put sticky tape round your little finger and strap it to the next finger. I'd be better off doing that instead of paying 10 quid for the thing that's a load of rubbish. It might have been all right if it had been my middle finger, but it doesn't even hold my finger in the right place. Right, I've got 17 thumbs up and there's 39 people in this room, so somebody is not waving their thumb at me. Excuse me. Somebody is not waving a thumb. Thank you. One more person has waved a thumb. It does help, it does help me a lot. It doesn't help me money-wise. It doesn't help me nothing at all. But it does help to raise my profile. In other words, YouTube will think I'm popular and show me to other people. So it does help. Oh, thank you. People have remembered to do it now. Thumbs up and subscribe, as they say. That's what Sheila says, isn't it? And Tracy. My God, Tracy, 3 days in the hotel because the BA cancelled a flight. Oh, thank you, Sophie. She had to spend 3 days in a blinking Holiday Inn. I've been furious, me. Missing 3 days of my holiday in Las Vegas. That's Crochet Rocks, by the way, Tracy Crochet Rocks. Yeah, they cancelled a flight. I mean, yeah, cancel a flight and put you on the next one, but not cancel the flight and you have to wait 3 days to get on another one. It's ridiculous, that, isn't it? I'd have been fuming. I think she's only gone for a couple of weeks. Missing 3 days out of that's a lot, isn't it? I'm going to watch Stitched by Mrs. D. When she puts her videos up a bit late. I managed to see one of Sheila's, although she's done one of them hauls, where people send her stuff. She's done one of them apparently, because the every driver had put this package behind her bin, and she didn't see it for a few days. Could have been wet through, couldn't it? Usually they're in plastic bags these days, aren't they? That happened with me once. I sent something to Z over in America, and it had chocolate in it, and the bloke put it round the back, and she didn't know it had arrived, and all the chocolate had all melted. She did put it in the freezer to freeze it up again, but she said it had all in a blob. She said it tasted all right, though. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? I mean, where she lives, it was like red hot, about 100 degrees, and he left me parcel outside with all the chocolate in it. Yeah, I sent her loads of Cadbury's chocolate and Freddos and everything. That was when I had enough money to send things in the post, and when it didn't cost so much to send things to America. Right, I'm eating my Turkish delight from the fabulous East. It's the Sultan's favourite treat. Fries, Turkish delight. I know you all don't like it because you say it tastes of perfume, but I love it. I love it. I have things, I like those, what do you call them? Cadbury's cream eggs when it's the season. But you can't get them all year round. But you can get these, just about, if you know where to look. There's a shop near us that's run by a Sikh, and he has lots of chocolate things that you can't get in other places. Well, I can't. No nuts in it. I've got another one on order, a box, and it's got mint in it. Mint Turkish delight. It is vile. It's like cough medicine. The first 2 boxes I had only had about 6 of the green ones. The last one I had about 12 pieces of green. I thought, ooh. If the one I've ordered has 12 pieces of green, I'm going to complain. Stop giving me more green and outweighing all the other colours. Obviously, they had a glut. I watched the Hairy Bikers once, and they went to this place in Yorkshire somewhere where they were making this fantastic Turkish delight. So I looked it up. I thought, oh, I like some of that. I looked it up. Oh, boy, was it expensive? I thought, no, I won't be getting any of that. Must have been gourmet. No, Turkish delight does not have nuts. It's like this salted caramel. Everything's blooming salted caramel now. No, and it's not caramel, by the way. It's caramel. Why does it have to be salted? Why not ordinary caramel? I've never seen turkey to like with nuts in it. It annoys me that so many chocolate bars have nuts. So many things that you buy have nuts. There's more people now have nut allergies than ever did before. And yet loads and loads of chocolate bars have nuts in. Cereals got nuts in. Muesli, nuts in. Why? Imagine being a vegan with a nut allergy. You'd starve. I remember going somewhere, I can't remember, years and years ago. And for lunch, they'd made a nut roast. I said, can I just have the vegetable? Why? I said, because I don't want nut roast. It's very nice. It's very tasty. I said, I don't care. I don't want it. I mean, there are some people who are so allergic they can't be near anybody who's eating nuts. So it must be a nightmare for them. They can't go near anybody eating a chocolate bar or anything because there's nuts on everything. I don't like avocado. I know I'm weird. Everybody else likes avocado. I don't. They have a weird texture that I don't like. They're like slimy to me. Like, can't think anything worse than avocado toast. They are the slimy, aren't they? They're all, ugh. I remember my daughter-in-law had a phase of having juices. And she used to put this wheatgrass stuff in things. I thought, oh, don't be putting me no grass in my stuff. That was awful. And she'd put avocado in that juice. Oh. No, she had a thing about this juicing. I bought a big juicer at one time. It never made it here with me. I don't know what happened to it. Never came here. Probably got thrown away. I used to drink a lot of fresh orange juice and things like that. I mean, proper fresh orange juice. I don't mean buying in a carton. I mean buying oranges and squeezing them myself. But that was before I was diabetic. Probably one of the reasons why I am diabetic. And I used to love grapefruits, but because I'm on, what do they call them? Some tablets. I can't have grapefruits. The tablets they give you for cholesterol. you can't take them with grapefruit. But I'd rather have the grapefruit and not have those cholesterol tablets. I love tomato juice as well. Lots of people go, "Oh, you like tomato juice?" Yes, statins. I don't know why we have to have statins. Oh, wheatgrass, it's horrible. It's like you might as well just put a piece of lawn. I love grapefruit. And the pink ones, the red ones, oh, they're gorgeous. No, I don't like wheatgrass. I don't like seeds in things either. Oh, you know, bread with sweepings up in it. Seeds. Bits of husks and stuff in your bread. Ooh. Shiver, shiver, shiver. No. My dad used to say they sweep the floor in the bakery and shove it in the bread dough. Yeah, they get everywhere, them blooming little seed things. Bad enough for kiwis, isn't it? Kiwis, you've got seeds that get stuck in you. And they used to have a phase where they used to keep putting pomegranate in everything, didn't they? All these health fads, yeah. I used to eat pomegranate when I was a kid with a pin, but I don't like pomegranate seeds. My daughter-in-law put them on my salad the other week. Ooh, I just scraped them all off. Doodle-doo-doo-doodle-doo. Unless it was the grass you smoke. Not the grass you eat. No, thank you. Not that I do the other. I might have a go if it was legal, but I'm laughing at the dog, making all these weird noises. Do 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 do. I don't know what I'll have for my tea tomorrow, unless they bring something back in with them when they come back. Yeah, we can't get them. The only gummies we get over here are vitamin ones. We can't get anything that's a bit more special. Am I using the pattern? Yeah, I'm using the pattern. It's a paid for one that I got off Etsy, I think. But you had to print it out, that one. I'm hoping I've got enough wool to do the one with the hood. I'm using my bits up, using my parts. I had 2 balls and a bit. So, and hooping. Yeah, the only gummies we get here are vitamin gummies. That's the only ones we can get. What the hell on earth are they? What on earth? What on earth? Oh, Stitched by Mrs. D. Jam with James. I'll watch that later. Ooh, Stormer faces. It should be called Stormer, not Starmer. Hey, Cass. Ooh, Starmer faces investigation over possible breach of parliamentary rules after a Labour donor has paid for his wife's clothes. Ooh. Ooh. Let's hope he gets stung for something. Yeah, James is Mrs. D's husband, yeah. He's under investigation for a possible breach of parliamentary rules after failing to declare that some of his wife's high-end clothes were bought for her by his biggest personal donor, Lord Ali. Yeah. Sir Keir has received nearly £19,000 worth of work clothes, several pairs of glasses from Lord Ali. The peer, whose personal wealth is estimated at 200 million. And he's taking our bloody... Oh, cheeky bee. He's told them that it's an oversight. Yeah, right, I bet you. £19,000 worth of clothes is an oversight. Somebody could give me £19,000 worth of clothes as an oversight. Anybody got them? Anybody got a spare 19,000 to give me some £19,000 worth of clothes? I don't think so. I don't think so. Will I have to declare them? I'll say no, because Keir Starmer didn't. So why should I? If I get bunged £19,000 worth of clothes, I wouldn't know what to do with £19,000 worth of clothes. Mind you, in the case of like Meghan Markle, that'd be one dress, wouldn't it? For me, it'd be a wardrobe and a half. Oh, sorry, Kaz, I missed that bit. You're working tomorrow, got next Sunday off. Might be late because it's your daughter's birthday. Oh, happy birthday, daughter. 21 today. Yeah, I've just scrolled up again now. I was too busy reading about Starmer and getting annoyed. He is not my favourite person. Well, he never was, but I mean, he's even less now. Even less he is. May 1,000 locusts infest his scrotum. May he get fleas in his underwear. No, I can't stand him. Creep. Says he doesn't like the monarchy, and yet he accepted a knighthood, didn't he? Sir Keir Starmer. If you don't like the monarchy, don't accept a knighthood. Two-faced. We're trashing Keir Starmer. No, I think Tony from Spandau Ballet was a lot more handsome. Who the heck is that? It's our Prime Minister. The new one. Yeah, my mum used to say, never trust a man whose eyes are too close together, yeah. Yeah, he's a jerk, yeah, you're right there. He just forgot to declare that somebody had given his wife £19,000 worth of clothes, which was against parliamentary rule. Who's that? Rat think, yeah. He's not done me any favours since he came into power. He needs to grow a moustache and part his hair at the side and go, oh. No, we can't say what we really want to say because we might get thrown off YouTube. No, I'm not a train driver, so I don't get a big rise, do I? No. Oh, James is Mrs. T's husband, yeah. Her son's called John, I think. Her son. John or Jonathan. I think her son's called. Yep, James, the husband. He's knitting his socks, yeah. Oh, it's Johnny, is it? Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the twins, isn't he, Johnny? Yeah, John and his twin Meg and Lizzie. Yeah, that's it. Oh, well, I don't feel much about our Prime Minister. I've never been political. I've never really bothered. You know, sometimes they do things that make me feel annoyed, but he's really wound me up. He's really pushed my buttons, he has. Yeah, Johnny and Meg are twins and Lizzie, yeah. Oh, what have you done, Janet? You've done something wrong there. I think that's right now. Yeah, Paula. She'll go, what are you watching me for? I'm boring. Well, you don't want to hear that, do you? The kids or the teenagers now. Harry used to be all right, Denise, but now he's just tied to his wife's shirt, apron strings, isn't he? He used to be all right before he married her. He needs to get out from underneath her, stand up for himself like a man. Tell her where she gets off. That's what he needs to do, grow a pair. Her bags are really expensive though, aren't they? I know they're nice. But I looked them up, how much they were. I thought, oh, they might be nice, but I can't afford one. Yeah, the adverts. I wish I got money. Wish I got paid for them. I don't. You just stick them in and you can't stop them. I can't say no. I haven't got the facility to say no adverts. Andrew is, well, Andrew is Andrew, isn't he? But Harry's just weak. That's why I think about Harry. And it's obvious who wears the trousers in that relationship, isn't it? I mean, she's a nobody, isn't she? She's a nothing. If it weren't for Harry, she's nothing. She couldn't even act. She was absolutely rubbish in suits. Hollywood actress, my behind you. Gold digger. The way she claws at him. She's got hands like witch's claws, and she's grabbing at him all the time. What gets me is the way she claps. Like a flipping sea lion. Oh, she thinks she's it, doesn't she? She's nobody, is she? She's nothing. She's not even a good actress. She thought she was going to sling her weight around, didn't she? With the royal family. Oh, I get on so well with the Queen, the Queenie and I. Queen couldn't stand her. She had a card mark right from the start, the Queen. She What did you want to do? Get him on cable TV or something? She told Oprah that she could get her an interview with the Queen, didn't she? Mm, as if. As if. That's the only reason why Oprah went to her wedding, because she thought she could get a photograph and get an interview with the Queen. Because Meghan told her she could. Disillusioned. The woman is weird. God, she'll never be. She's not fit to lick her boots. As we would say, yeah, cuckoo land. She's a bloody cuckoo. Nobody likes her. When is she going to wake up and realise that nobody likes her? If I'd lost 20 staff in about 6 months, I think I'd wonder what was going wrong, wouldn't you? Who's going to buy her jam? I bet we're all rushing, aren't we? Bet you're all waiting, aren't you, to buy some dog biscuits and a pot of jam. Bet you can't wait. We're going to be glued to a cooking show, aren't we? Seeing her flapping her hands in her apron, yeah. Wow. Oh, she tells that story one more time about the washing up liquid or something, soap or something. She's what you call a one-trick pony. Can't be doing with her. I wonder what nationality she'll be next. No, I never did like Oprah. I always thought she was a bit fake. You know, when she used to do the Oprah Winfrey show, I never really liked it. I never liked Ellen DeGeneres either. When they get like a show and all that, they all get too big for the boots. They think they're God's gift to humanity, don't they? They don't realise that, you know, it's the people who watch them that put them there. And the people are fickle. And if you treat people wrong, then they'll just bring crashing you down. You know, you're only as good as your fans, aren't you? You know, it's like all these singers and one thing and another that get too big for themselves and they start saying this, that, and the other. They forget that the public puts them there. And if they go against the public will pull them down. And the public won't be there when they're on the way down. How many stars do you know that you never hear of anymore? Because they got too big for their boots. And, you know, you've got to stay, well, humble, haven't you? You've got to stay and do what your public want you to do. You can't just suddenly get, you know, too big and think you're it, you know. There's a lot of pop stars and other stars and influencers and that find that, don't they? Oh, everybody loves them until they do one thing and then nobody loves them anymore and they're down at the bottom. The next thing you know, they're living on handouts in a caravan, aren't they, you know? 1 minute the top of the pops and the next minute they're in a caravan on a living on the, what do you call it, Social Security. You find all the ones that have been there for years and years and years that everybody knows. They're quite humble people and they take the time, don't they, to speak to people. Yeah, they get to whatever, don't they? You know, when they don't give out autographs and they snub people at the, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, There'll come a time when nobody wants your autograph. Then where will you be? Yeah, I can't be doing with them when people get too big. All the people that you know, all the stars or the movie stars and that are still around, they're not like that. I mean, look at John Bon Jovi. He helps in a blooming food kitchen, doesn't he? And what's he call that? Kia something or other. He gives half his money away and buys things for people, doesn't he? He's not pompous. Keanu Reeves, that's it, yeah. He gives all his money away, buys things for people, people who are like just the staff on his movies and stuff. He buys them presents and buys them things and gives them money. He lives quite simply. He doesn't lord it up over people. He'll be remembered. Nobody will be pulling him down. Yeah, Johnny Depp, that, what was she called, Amber Heard. God, she got a comeuppance, didn't she? What am I doing here? That is a pearl stitch, I think. I hate it when I drop a stitch in its pattern. And you never know whether it's a knit or a pearl. I hate it when they go to court and they're airing all their dirty linen in public. And I'm like, no, just settle it out of court or something. You have to go and, I'm not just talking about Johnny Depp, I'm talking about other people. They just want the publicity for trashing somebody, don't they? Yeah, I know. Could have had you, couldn't he? She probably saw him first. That's all I can say. She probably saw him first. There's always David Essex. We can always have David Essex. Or Martin Shaw, yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are. David, oh, he's got lovely eyes, David Essex. I always used to like Marty Wilde when I was young. Never liked Cliff Richard or any of them. Marty Wilde it was for me. And fully loved Joe Brown, even though he had that spiky hair. But I was a Marty Wilde fan. Hi, Amanda. One of my all-time favourites used to be Rick Nelson. Do you remember? Oh, I thought he was gorgeous. Ricky Nelson. Oh. I saw Rio Bravo about 20 times. Not because of John Wayne or Dean Martin. It was only because of Ricky Nelson. I practically knew the dialogue. That was the dog, by the way, making that funny noise. Yeah, I was never a fan of Elvis or Cliff or any of them lot. And as for film stars, I used to absolutely adore Alain Delon. He's still alive, but he's about 80 something now. Oh, gosh, he was so handsome. Right, we'll see you next week, Kaz. After your party, after your daughter's party. Oh, he didn't, did he? Alain Delon. Oh, he was so gorgeous when he was young. Man, he was 80 something, wasn't he? He was gorgeous when he was young. Oof. I used to watch him in the French films. I couldn't understand a word, but he was so lovely. My finger's triggering now. I'm going to be giving up knitting in a minute. I wish I could knit and knit like Sheila does without getting my finger to go all triggered. It must be arthritis, mustn't it? It's going to hurt now tonight. It doesn't do it when I'm crocheting. It's just when I'm knitting. With Sheila, it's when she crochets, isn't it? She gets pains in her thumbs. Alan, Fabian, Maurice, Marcel, Dolan. Oh, got enough names to go to bed with, honey. Fabian. Not Fabian, it's Fabian, isn't it? Because it's French. And it's not Maurice, it's Maurice. Yeah, I used to know a guy whose middle name was, well, it would have been Bernard, but he was called Bernard. He wasn't English, by the way. But it wasn't Bernard like we would say. It was Bernard. Oh, did he die all that long ago? I thought he was still alive. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, we in England we call it Bernard, or Bernie. But in other countries they pronounce it Bernard. Yeah. It's not Bookie. Mrs. Bouquet. Mrs. Bouquet. Oh, my hand is sore. Now, the knitting has to stop now. With her slimline white telephone and her sister with room for a pony. The Irish names catch me out. Siobhan, it's written Sayaban, isn't it? You're looking at them and you're thinking, oh, how do you pronounce that? Yeah. And Sinead, it's like Sinead, isn't it? Sinead. When you're not used to it and you're like, ugh. One of our women at the job centre was called Siobhan. And the number of people who used to say, can I speak to Sayaban, please? I said, actually, it's Siobhan. Yeah, an oisin, or is it wasin, something? They do pronounce them differently. My friend was Irish, and all of her sisters and brothers were all got like English names, like Caroline, and I think she had a Siobhan though. Yeah, but it ends in BA. It's Siobagh. Sayaban or something. Sayaban. Yeah, Roshi. Yeah, you'd say Roisin. I mean, if you ever read an Irish book, an Irish novel, you're like, because you have it in your head. It's like one certain word all the way through, and then you kind of hear a written, the written whatever it is, this audio book, and you're like, what? I thought it was Sayaban. Rising. I thought that was that drug thing that poisoned the bloke who got jabbed with an umbrella in that Russian spy, was it, or something? He got killed with a being jabbed with an umbrella point, didn't he, with that ricing or something on it? I presume so, yeah. I presume Shad's in his tiny house, yeah. I think he's probably disappeared by now. Shad, are you still on here? Are you still in your tiny house? I think so, because he was talking about doing something the other week, didn't he? Yeah, rice. I think it's ricing's a poison, yeah. I'm sure it's that bloke got stabbed with an umbrella. Oh, I'm not having any more castor oil then. No wonder it tastes awful. The incident on the Japanese subway? No, no. This was in London, I think. He got stabbed with the point of an umbrella. Or so they think. And then there was another one where there's something to do with some bottle of perfume or something. Not long ago. Because two other people nearly died because they picked up this bottle out of a litter bin. A bloke and his girlfriend. That was in London as well. Yeah, I thought that was like a bottle of perfume or something. Well, they have these weird things, don't they? It's all like James Bond, isn't it? Chocolate. I used to love them watching them things on James Bond. You know, where they had them. They used to give him all this stuff, lighters that weren't a lighter, and things that used to shoot things and stuff. And his car that used to fold things down, didn't it? And all these guns come out of the back. Oh dear. You'd wait for every James Bond to come out, wouldn't you, to see what the latest gadgets were. And was he called Odd Job or Odd Ball or something, with that hat thing that had used to throw it, didn't it? It had a blade in. Used to take people's heads off, yeah. Oh, they would do the cameras and, and things in pens, don't they? Microphones in pens and stuff like that. They're probably well up with all this undetectable things that people spy and record, and we don't know the half, do we? Prisoner. Was that the one where it was in that? Oh, I never got the hang of that. Where he was in that place in Wales, wasn't he? Port Merion, yeah. I never got the hang of it. I never quite understood it. What he was. It's like that man in a suitcase, isn't it? Do you remember him, Brad somebody or other? He had to keep moving, didn't he? Man in a suitcase. Every week he was somewhere different, wasn't he? Fighting the foe and that, and then he had to move and take his suitcase and get on a bus and go somewhere else. Some of them were really weird, weren't they, what we used to watch? But The Prisoner, I've got a number or something. I never got that. I never quite understood that. It was weird. I think I never watched it from the beginning, so you can't go in the middle of it because you don't know what the heck's going on, do you? Some things I've never understood. Yeah. My niece went there, Port Merion, a few months ago. Just have a look round. She didn't stay there, I don't think. There were some strange series, weren't there, in the 60s and 70s? Maybe in the 80s, I don't know. That Kenneth Copes died yesterday, didn't he? Him that was in that thing about the ghost and stuff. He used to be in Coronation Street as well. Randall Hopkirk, deceased, yeah. I think the other one died ages ago, but Kenneth Cope was 92, something like that. That film looks good, doesn't it? With it's called The Critic. Yeah, him that's just got in trouble for saying something horrible about the king. Oh, do you know I'm terrible with names? I really am. Really, really am. Oh, I can't think what he's called. Sir Ian McClellan, that's him. Yeah, he's in a thing called The Critic, yeah. I've only seen a little snippet of it, but it looks fun. Yeah, he's over there, Jeff. I like a lot of them. That one with Tony Curtis and Roger Moore. I used to like that series as well. There's some good series. There's nothing good anymore. I can't think of one new thing. The Persuaders, yeah. Can't think of one good thing that I like watching anymore. Yeah, I like Roger Moore. When you think of all the series that used to be on, you used to be watching them, you used to think they were good. You know, that I used to watch, we all watched Tom Selleck, didn't we, in that thing? And then we watched Stephanie Watsit, wasn't she, in that? Where they had that dog called Freeway. They were good series, weren't they? You used to like watching them, but now there's junk, it's nothing on. I used to like things like the Mary Tyler Moore Show and, those series like that. And Taxi, of course. What have we got now? Nothing. Tell me one thing we've got now. The only last thing that was good was like, you know, the Royal Family we used to like, didn't we? But there's, yeah, Mary Tyler Moore. I used to like when she threw a beret in the air. Yeah, they were, I don't know, they were better. Just, you know, even Mr. Ed and something like that. Or Quincy, I used to like Quincy, yeah. Or Benidorm, yeah, there's bits come on, yeah. Yeah, I used to like Quincy. I used to like Soap. Do you ever remember Soap? It was so corny. It was funny. Yeah. Bonanza. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I loved Soap. It was so corny, but it was so funny. And I loved Taxi. You know, Danny DeVito in Taxi. MASH, yeah. Glued to MASH. But as I say, we can all remember these really good programs, but what have we got now? Nothing. Yeah, my son used to love Chips on their motorbikes, yeah. Yeah, Knight Rider. Yeah, Kit. Yeah, I used to like Tom Selleck in, what was it called? Oh, can't remember. I'm terrible at Magnum, that's it. Magnum PI. I used to love that. I was corny, but I loved it. Yeah, Jim. Yeah. Yeah, Magnum PI. It was good, wasn't it? I used to like Starsky and Hutch. Or as my son used to call them, car keys and clutch. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Fonz. But I mean, we all remember them because they were memorable. Yeah, Cheers, yeah. We used to watch Cheers. We remember all of these. What can you remember about today's things? You can't remember anything. Any of them, can you? Because they're just junk. You know, for us in the UK, we had things like porridge, it ain't half hot mum, all things like that we had. Are you being served? Open all hours. Yeah, we had all those things, and now we don't have anything. Oh, the 80. When they had to keep drugging him to get him in a plane, didn't they, with all the jewellery? But there were things that you would stay in to watch, wouldn't you? Oh, Monk, yeah. The OCD bloke, yeah, I liked him as well. And Psych, do you remember Psych? When he used to pretend that he was psychic, and he wasn't really. I used to like his dad. Was he called Corbin, somebody or other? The one who played Psych's dad. I liked a lot of the other ones as well, you know, the ones that were like the coroner ones where the Rizzoli and Isles and things like that. Oh, the Dukes of Hazzard, Arian used to love that. Yeah, Rizzoli and Isles, and then there was another one set in the Smithsonian Institute, wasn't there? I used to watch all of them. And Castle, yeah. They were all good series, yeah. You used to wait for them coming on, didn't you, every week? Oh, can't miss that, can't miss that. Oh, I don't remember the Heat of the Night, no. It's all to do with finance, isn't it? They haven't got any money. Oh, the one with the old codger, yeah. You mean him with the wig? What was he called? He used to be in Star Trek, didn't he? William Shatner. He used to be in a police thing, didn't he? William Shatner, yeah. You could tell he had his corset on, pulling his belly in, and he couldn't walk, could he? Because he used to be running. Do you remember that great big bloke? Not Columbo, that great big fat bloke who used to be pretend to be running after these people, and he couldn't run after anything, could he? I mean, I used to watch this Ironside and all of them, yeah. No, not Jake and the Fat Man. No, it was. Oh, I can't think what he was called now. Well, we all remember, don't we? The Hulk. Harry used to love that one. Yeah, yeah, Kojak. Yeah, my dad loved Kojak. Yeah, I liked Perry Mason. I liked Ironside. Yeah, Doyle and Bodie. And then there was that Canadian one, weren't they? They were called Doyle or something. Doyle and set in Canada. Yeah, there were some good Canadian ones, wasn't there? There was that what he called mountaineer thing with his dog, wasn't there? Then there was the police. He was in the police one, wasn't he, as well? Uh, they were Canadian. They were set like in the 1800s or something. Mm. Oh, I remember Dempsey and Makepeace, yeah. No, these were American. One was the Doyle family, something or other. Then there was him with he was like a Mountie, and he had that dog, didn't he? That husky dog. Due South, that was one of them, yeah. Yeah, T.J. Hooker, that was he used to be that fat, didn't he? He couldn't run. Yeah, I used to love that thing about the Doyle family. But they were Canadian, weren't they? They only did a couple of series. That other one I used to watch. Oh, God, I wish I could remember. He was a police detective. It was set in the 1800s. Cannon, that was it. Frank Cannon, yeah. And he used to be pretending to be running after somebody. He was that fat one, he couldn't run a lift or anything. He used to be thinking, he's joking, he can't run after anybody. Yeah, Canadian. Murdoch Mysteries, that's the one I'm thinking about. And then the Republic of Doyle. They were Canadian. Oh yeah, I used to watch the Frankie Drake mysteries. The ones that were set in the Australia. Yeah, the Frankie Drake mysteries. Remember that one? She's snoring her head off here. Yeah, Republic of Doyle, I used to watch that one. I still watch him, Wycliffe. Yeah, Wycliffe. Oh, Shoestring. Gosh, I've forgotten about that. Trevor Eve and Shoestring. Yeah, I used to like that one. Set in Amsterdam. They've just done a remake of it now, haven't they? Van der Valk, that's the one. I used to like it with Barry What's-it-in, the very first one. He was good in the very first one, yeah. Yeah, Don Johnson, Miami Vice. Yeah, he never wore a shirt, did he? Always had his suit on, didn't he? Yeah, Walker Texas Ranger and Wagon Train. You remember that? Wagon. Oh. And then an old one for the oldies. Casey Jones. Da 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 da. Casey Jones. With his hammer in his hand. He's on that blooming train, wasn't he? Yeah, Randall and Hopkins. Kenneth Cope, he died yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. He was 92. Yeah, I can remember watching Casey Jones. God, that's going back some. He was on that blinking train. He never got off that train, did he? It's like Wagon Train. That went on for years. They never got anywhere, did they? They never got where they were going. That was the longest wagon train ever, wasn't it? They were always being shot at, weren't they? Or they died of fever and had to be buried at the side of the road. It was a miserable series when you think about it, wasn't it? Oh dear. I can remember being terrified when I was a little girl with Quatermass. Oh, and if you saw it now, it would be so tame, wouldn't it? And it was like this bubbling tar that they used to drag them into. And I was terrified of it. I was terrified of Doctor Who when I was a kid. Those Daleks. Ooh, exterminate, exterminate. When you think of things you were scared of when you was a kid. Oh God, right, yeah, Lassie, Black Beauty, all of them. We used to go to the cinema to watch Lassie. Lassie, come home. Oh, Flipper. Oh, Skipper, Skipper, Skippy the bush kangaroo. Oh God, yeah, Lassie. When Lassie was dying every time, wasn't he? Or he'd fallen into somewhere. Yeah, Flipper. You what, Flipper? You what, Lassie? Johnny's in the well. Yeah, they're trapped in the mine. What's that, Skip? They're trapped in the mine. Oh dear. We had some great programs, didn't we, when we was kids? Yeah. I mean, they must have been so memorable that we all remember them. And yet, if you say about a show that was like last year, you're kind of racking your brain, aren't you? You know, you're thinking, can't remember one. Yeah. The only one I can remember that I liked that was quite modern was Jam and Jerusalem. But that was pretty while ago, actually. Quite a while ago, Jam and Jerusalem. Chicago PD. Yeah, we all used to watch that one with George Clooney in, didn't we? The medical program thing. I used to watch that one with Dick Van Dyke in as well. Where Dick Van Dyke used to be a doctor, didn't he? Solving mysteries with his son, Barry Van Dyke, yeah. Oh, Crossroads, yeah. It was the same with Cell Block H. They used to lean on the wall of the Cell Block H and it used to be moving like that. Well, it was the same with Z cars and all things like that. There used to be live Z cars and that, and they'd forget the lines, and you'd hear people whispering, you know, the prompt, whispering the lines. And we all remember Dixon and Doc Green, don't we? Just an ordinary copper who's patrolling his beat around Doc Green. Evening all, evening all. As I say, apart from Gavin and Stacey, what is them that's modern that you watch? Dixon of Dock Green. Jack Warner was his name. The oldest copper in the book. He must have been about 70 when he made that series. He looked like an old man, didn't he? He shouldn't have been wearing a... He should have at least made detective, shouldn't he, by then? One I used to watch as well was that one, Bad Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Hi, EEB. Yeah, Morse and Lewis. I used to love them, yeah. You've moved in your college dorm. What are you doing at college? What subject are you doing at college? Yeah, I used to watch that Cops. Oh, Ariane used to love the banana splits, yeah. The monkeys and the banana splits. Yeah, and we all remember Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Ariane used to like one. It used to be, it's the wolf, it's the wolf. There was the wolf and Lamsey, yeah. It's the wolf, it's the wolf. And then there was Roadrunner, wasn't there? And all them. Tom and Jerry. Yeah, Postman Pat. And then there was Camberwick Green, wasn't there? And Trumpton. You may not know, have them in America, but we had them over here. Pew, pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grump. Yeah, Thunderbirds. Aquamarina. Well, they were there with the strings. I mean, they've redone them now, digitalised them, haven't they, and took away the strings. Oh, dear. I can remember one Christmas going all over the place for that mountain thing, whatever it was that Thunderbirds used to launch from. They brought it out and nobody couldn't get it for love nor money. We went everywhere trying to get it for my son. Yeah, it was Tracy Island, that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, Tracy Island. We went everywhere trying to get that. Hi, excuse me. Hello. We're going down memory lane here, talking about programs we loved right back from the year dot. I'm saying how we all remember them because they were so good, and yet these ones today, you can't remember them, any of them. Yeah, the wooden tops. Mummy wooden top, Daddy wooden top, and Spot the dog. I used to like that other one that was like a herb garden. They all had names like Dill and stuff like that. And of course, there was a magic roundabout, wasn't there? Everybody liked Dylan. Oh, run, beep, 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 beep. When they used to draw pictures of, and they'd run straight into them. It was so funny. I can still watch Tom and Jerry and have a laugh, yeah. Flintstones, it's the Flintstones. It's a yabba dabba. And then there was that other one where they were like futuristic, weren't they? They all lived in space. They drove around in little spaceships everywhere. About the same. They had Jetsons, that's it, yeah. Or the Moomins, yeah. There were so many good programs. It must be to do with money, isn't it, that they don't make things like this anymore. They're all pathetic now. They're not half as good as they used to be. And we used to have Mr. Ed, didn't we? And then that funny little creature that used to come from space, was it? And then, of course, we had Mork and Mindy. That little weird thing. Alf, that was it. Alf. I used to like Mr. Ed, yeah. And then there was the one where there was him that had like DB bobbers on his head. He came from space, didn't he? There were some funny programs, weren't there? My favourite Martian, yeah. Yeah, Alf Garnett. They're actually putting repeats of him on the telly. And you wouldn't think that they would let him be on because of, all this political correctness, because Alf Garnett was never politically correct, was he? I never watched The Honeymooners. Never watched that. I used to watch that witch program, Samantha. Well, she used to go with her nose, yeah. She used to twitch her nose and all the housework would be done. Yeah, Bewitched. Yeah, Love Thy Neighbour. They'd never be able to put that on anymore now. I mean, they even put warnings, don't they, on things like Terry and June. Mildred, do you remember? Mildred. George and Mildred, that's it, yeah. Hi, Gloria. Yeah, Bless This House as well. I mean, half of them, you couldn't put them on now because they'd be saying, oh, you can't say that, you can't say this anymore. It's like it ain't half hot, Mum. I mean, half of the things they used to say on there. Oh, the Golden Girls. I loved the Golden Girls, yeah. Absolutely loved it. "39 years ago." I mean, they've all died, don't they? Betty White was the last one, wasn't she? I think she died last year or the year before, yeah. But they were all such good series, weren't they? You could watch them now and laugh, couldn't you? Because, I mean, I still watch snippets of like the Golden Girls come up, and snippets of the royal family keep coming up and that. And you can still laugh at them. They're still funny. Yes, Sophia wasn't as she was supposed to be the mum, and yet she was younger, wasn't she, than all of them? Yeah, I miss all those programs. Well, a lot of them are on. You know, you go on YouTube and that, a lot of them are on there. What are you doing, sweetie? Are you shaking your ears? Hmm? She's staring at me. Yeah, the two Ronnies, yeah. Statue of Liberty sticking out the sand. Don't know what that one is. I'm gonna have to let these two out for their nighttime ablutions very soon. So I shall leave you all with all those thoughts of all those gorgeous programs we all used to watch and all the rubbish we have now. Yeah, I'm going as well now, Munchkin, because I've got to let these animals out for their... Oh, good afternoon, Lydia. You're coming on just as we're going. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and let the doggies out and try to get some sleep. But first of all, I'm going to watch Stitch by Mrs. D before I go to bed. But I'm going to let the doggies out. Yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed tonight and going down memory lane. And I hope you're all lying in bed thinking about all these. Yeah, Last of the Summer Wine, yeah. Are you going to watch Mrs. D as well? Yeah. So am I, before I go to bed. Right, good night, everybody. Thank you very much for your thumbs up and thank you very much for your company. And I will see you all very soon. So bye for now. Good night all. Bye now.